the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers finished 10-7 last year.
Come on, boy. Man. Come on, boy, man.
Proud of you, nigga.
10-7. Why we gonna be okay? Bears fans gonna keep treating just like he a Make-A-Wish kid. Put a. Look at him throwing a deep ball.
Not even, bro. Not even.
Right.
We ain't gotta go in depth. But go ahead.
Wishing for the best, man.
But so the Steelers finished 10-7 last year, continuing Mike Tomlin's streak of finishing 500 or higher. They did miss the playoffs. They had a terrible quarterback situation. Their quarterback situation has gotten a little better this year. And I say only a little better because you know the timely old phrase, if you have two quarterbacks, you have none. They signed Russell Wilson for the low because Denver is still paying that nigga. And then, of course, the Bears traded Justin Fields to Pittsburgh. That's the place that Justin wanted to be, and Ryan Poles looked out for him. And also, for years, Mike Tomlin said one of his favorite players that he wished he would coach would be Justin Fields, man. So I think that's the number one storyline to me, because this is now a quarterback battle that I didn't think it would be. I said it'd only be that if, Russell got injured, and Russell has gotten injured. And the last couple, I guess like the last week and a half, Justin's been taking a lot of the number one snaps from the few Pittsburgh beat writers I've seen be on radio, TV, and tweets. It seems like the stuff we usually hear from Justin, a couple good days, couple bad days, but I do feel like he has a real good shot to start. To me, this has nothing to do with them making the playoffs, because I do not believe they'll make the playoffs. I do believe they can win, double-digit games like they did last year, because Mike Tomlin is that good of a coach. And no matter who is the quarterback, whether Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, it's a massive upgrade from the niggas they had throwing that ball last year. So I think just off that, they can be a better team. You got a good defense. Got George Pickens. I think they'll be set up to compete, but this division is too stacked. The AFC is too stacked for me to think they're going to do anything. But this is a big opportunity for both quarterbacks. If you're Justin Fields, you go out there, you ball out. He didn't get his 5th year picked up, so he's going to be a free agent. He's got a chance to get that big contract that I think everybody, Bears fans and everybody, thought he was going to get with the Bears. He has an opportunity to do that, but also still, because if he fails, he might be a career backup going forward. So this is a massive camp and a massive year for Justin. The same thing for Russ. If Russ gets beat out by Justin and maybe he's too hurt to come back, or maybe he's too bad and gets his job taken, this might be a wrap for maybe a future Hall of Famer. And I say maybe because I don't really 100% know if Russ is a Hall of Famer. But this is a lot riding on the line for both of them. So that's why I'm loving that they're going to be on Hard Knocks, because I can't wait to see all this play out this season. Courtney, what you think about the Steelers? I know you just said that, you have a lot of faith in Mike Tomlin-led teams. What's your take on this year's version of the Steelers?
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously a little interested to see how that dynamic plays out in Pittsburgh. But mostly I'm just skeptical because the second half of their schedule is brutal. I'm looking at it right now. Week 10, they play at Washington, but then they got Baltimore, Cleveland 2 times in 3 weeks, then Philly, Baltimore again, Kansas City, and then they end their season playing Cincinnati. I mean, that's just like a brutal 10 through 18 stretch. Prayers, thoughts and prayers to that entire organization in the second half. I'm really concerned about, like I said, that ability to hit that 500 mark this season, just because that schedule is so tough. And again, with no stability at the quarterback position, like you said, having 2 is basically like having none. But I don't know. My hot take, they will finish with a better record than the Cleveland Browns. That's my hot take.
I'm with you. I am with you.
Go ahead, Dante.
No, I think I was talking to somebody. I was thinking it's kind of funny. Russell Wilson's career might end the way it started, where the projected starter gets his job taken in camp. So I think this is the perfect scenario for Justin for a plethora of reasons, mainly because I think Russell Wilson is fucking washed. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that there's anything left in the tank for Russ. I hate to say it because I do think he's a good dude. He has some great moments up there in Seattle. But I think, last season his numbers were deceptive, because if you actually watched a lot of those Denver games, Sean Payton was protecting him with that offense. He didn't throw a lot of interceptions because he wasn't throwing the ball that far. You feel me? It was a lot of dink and dunk, get it out of your hands.
So you mean he was doing the Aaron Rodgers? Yeah. Yeah, Aaron, you think he'd be getting away with that shit?
Let's relax.
I see you, nigga.
We're not gonna do that. But no, I just think right now, I think this is a perfect moment for Justin Fields. Like you said, he didn't get his 5th year picked up, but I think he'll still be able to get a decent deal. I expected them to start 10 to 12 games this season, but depending on this injury, if he looks good enough, I think you could see Mike Tomlin knowing that, I just got my extension, but at the same time, this is Pittsburgh. We want to win as many games as possible. If Russ is still hurt or if Russ is not 100%, you can see them. I can see them opening the season with Justin as the quarterback, and if he gets hot, he's not going to get that job up.
Okay. I don't disagree. I don't really disagree. I don't believe that. I don't know if Russ is Huff yet, but he's on Huff Boulevard, 100%. So if Justin can't beat this nigga out, I'm questioning some things. Bang, what you think about this year's iteration of the Steelers?
This version of the Steelers is the same as others. They want to run the ball. They want to play smash mouth football. The best way that you do that is with Justin Fields. I had said that I felt like Arthur Smith would be the best coach or at least offensive coordinator for Justin because Justin can be similar to, and I know some folks might find this disrespectful, but it's not. But Justin, you can play him like he did Ryan Tannehill, and he parlayed making Ryan Tannehill successful into a head coaching job with Atlanta. So and Ryan Tannehill wasn't bad. He led them to the playoffs, the Tennessee Titans, a couple of times. So with that being said, man, I think that this is a good situation for Justin Fields. If he could go ahead and take that job, and like Dante said, because I was about to say the same thing, he gets the job, he loses the job, Russell loses the job like he got it. Matt Flynn was projected to be the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. They drafted Russell Wilson in the 3rd round, and Russell came up in there and he shocked everybody and he took that job as a rookie. Justin is not a rookie. Justin is healthy. That team seems to be gelling around him. I believe that it is more likely than not that Justin will be the starter. And I do believe that Russell Wilson is washed. I also believe that Russell Wilson, part of him being washed is mentally is he still there. Look, man, he let Sean Payton tear him down. I'm still shocked at some of the stuff that I saw a quarterback allow a coach who clearly did not want him to be there, the way that he allowed himself to be treated. The Steelers is not that type of organization. So, yeah, I don't see a world where Russell is going to start more games than Justin. With that being said, I don't think this team is going to be that good. I think they're going to be good enough to not have a losing season, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, and I'll tell y'all why when we talk about the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, let's get into the Cincinnati Bengals, man. They went 8-9 last year, missed the playoffs because this man right here, Mr. Joe Burrow, got hurt once again. Missed the rest of the entire season. He is back healthy, and not only is he back, he got rid of his nice haircut and got his Hitler Youth haircut that he got now, looking like, he looks like he turns his body cam off when he pull niggas over. It's just completely different, like an extra from the Slim Shady. Remember the I'm Slim Shady performance at the VMAs in like 2001? That's what Joe Burrow looks like right now. But it's a lot of pressure on him. Jamar Chase is currently holding in. That's a new thing, holding in, where basically you're at camp, you just don't practice, waiting for his new contract. Rightfully so. Jamar's been one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. This is a make or break year for Joe Burrow. Not even just the Bengals, for Joe Burrow. Because in my opinion, he's the second best quarterback in the NFL, but he has to stay healthy. And he is outside of that season where they actually made it to the Super Bowl. He has not been healthy his entire career. That has to happen this year. I think they're gonna have a great season because they have a last place schedule. And they have a last place schedule only because Joe Burrow got hurt. And even with them getting hurt, niggas won 8 games. They was in a lot of games last year, even without Joe Burrow. So I feel like if Joe Burrow can stay healthy, sky's the limit for this team because Joe Burrow is one of them ones. He's the only quarterback who has beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, whose name isn't Tom Brady, and has done it at Arrowhead. So if they're healthy, if he's healthy, this team is going to be a threat, and that's if they pay Jamar Chase, because they got two kind of disgruntled wide receivers right now. Jamar Chase wants to get paid. T. Higgins agreed to the 1-year deal, but he still wants his long-term contract. They need to get that situation taken care of. And we all know the Browns have been notorious for being cheap. They had no choice but to pay Joe Burrow. They might be making a mistake if they don't. Ain't no might. They will be making a mistake if they don't pay Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So those are two things I'm looking at heading into this is the contract situation for Jamar, contract situation for T. Higgins, and can Joe Burrow at least play 14 games out of a 17-game season? If they can, I think they'll be a really good football team. Courtney, what you think about this year's Cincinnati Bengals? You on mute.
My bad. I was over here hacking. I didn't think you needed to hear that.
Yeah, it's all good.
No, I mean, the Bengals have, like I said earlier, they have a really soft schedule, especially compared to like their other divisional rivals. I don't see a scenario where they don't win at least 11 games this season and even win the division. I think if anybody this particular season is going to disrupt Patrick Mahomes' chances in that division, it's going to be Joe Burrow, or not in that division, in that league.
All right, Dante, what you think about them?
I need to see Joe. You know, Joe Burrow is somebody who I hold in a very high regard. I think he's one of the best, damn near top 3 quarterbacks in the league. I think when healthy, he's that good. But I mean, with that being said, they're gonna, live and die with Joe Burrow. What is he gonna do? How healthy is he gonna be? Even with the disgruntled wide receivers, I think they're gonna go out there and perform regardless. So I'm not worried about that. So I think this is a team that will be in that, in that wild card race from the start. And so it's just a matter of how Joe looks. Can he stay healthy? If he's able to stay healthy, I think they'll be fine.
Dang, take the floor and take us home on the AFC North with the Bengals.
The Bengals has the 6th easiest schedule in the NFL this season. They start off against the New England Patriots. Then they go to Kansas City at Arrowhead. We've seen him be successful there. The Commanders, the Patriots, the Ravens, the New York Giants, the Cleveland Browns, the Philadelphia Eagles, Raiders, Baltimore Ravens, and Chargers before they get to their bye. The back half of their year, they have the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Titans, the Browns again, the Broncos, and the Steelers. Even though this is a last place schedule, there's some hard games on here. But I see no reason for the Cincinnati Bengals to have a bounce back year, to the point where I have already put my money down on it. I'm predicting that Joe Burrow, if healthy, will be the NFL most valuable player this year. I feel that this will be a comeback year for them. They're going to be one of the top seeds in the AFC conference. And I think all will go well for this team. I won't predict anything outside of that, but I will let you know that I have very high hopes on the Cincinnati Bengals team, to the point where I am happy this is the team that the Bears are playing against, because they're both in similar situations. And I do believe that team, especially with the wide receivers that they will have at practice there, is going to be good. It's going to be good to see our defensive backs go up against them, and that defense to go up against one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think this sets up the Bears even perfectly as well. So high hopes for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, I definitely got August 15th circled for the joint practice and scrimmage.
Well, you should have that circled because that's Trey's birthday. He'll be 10.
Oh, happy early birthday to Trey. That's why we also got a circle. Trey's birthday, and also see the Bears scrimmage with a really, really good team. And I think that how tough that scrimmage is going to determine how much the starters play on that Saturday for the first game in Soldier Field in like 8 months.
That paper on this player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold.